if we could fly?
We could cast shadows on clouds.
But what if we fell?
If we fell, we might break something.
That'd be bad.
Maybe.
Maybe. This is Butterfly Beach. I grew up around these parts. Yeah, it's nice and relaxing and calming and keeps my inner zen. The air is crisp and I don't know, there's just something special about it. I mean, like you said, I think that I'm kind of a minimalist too, in the sense of the things that are important to me are very few and far between. I think people and connections and relationships are more important to me than money and physical wealth. I think we should live in a world with no money and trade goods. Go back to the olden days. My family moved to Santa Barbara when I was about 1.5 years old, so I was super lucky because there's a really vibrant music scene here. Like, there are lots of venues, there's tons of music programs, and thankfully music is super well funded within the education system. I saw my first show, or my first concert with my dad when I was, I think, 5 or so. He took me to see B.B. King, which was completely mind-blowing. I remember very little of it, but what I do remember is being in complete awe of how good someone could be at an instrument. Like, it was almost as if his guitar was an extension of his body and he had a complete control over it. It really started my spark for music, and I told my parents, like, my dream was to make music and to be like a pop star. So they signed me up for an after-school theater program. That was sort of the foundation that let me start experimenting with songwriting and production and all of the different performing aspects that go into making music. I totally attribute my passion for music for living in Santa Barbara, because if I grew up in another part of the country with a less vibrant music scene, I don't think I would have the passion I have now for music.
Happy birthday, dear Dawson. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Okay, hold on. Wait, Grace, leave them in. I gotta take a picture of Dawson with his cake. Yeah, go ahead and take that off. Let me wash my hands, and then you can go ahead and sit down.
Cool. That's awesome. I'm sure the lines would be a lot cleaner too.
Yeah, it was never that solid also. Remember how you got the whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, my dad read this story. It's called Zen Shorts. It's about like a panda bear telling these kids this story, and there's this story that he tells where there's this farmer and all this, terrible bad luck stuff happens to him. And then when people are saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry that happened," the farmer's like, "Well, maybe it's a bad thing." And then miraculously good things come out of those tragedies. So it's just kind of a message to me that everything has an upside, and that nothing is black and white and always bad or always good. Everything can be turned into a positive. Everything can have a good side. I'm excited about this EP because I've been working on it for like 2 years or so at this point. It's supposed to come out like 6 months ago, but there was some like production mishaps and whatnot. It's one of the more personal projects I've worked on, kind of in light of maybe, and you know, taking everything with life as an opportunity for growth and all that kind of stuff. I wanted it to feel as vulnerable as possible, so I've been kind of focusing on that in my writing and trying to make sure that's reflected in my writing and making sure that it feels as raw as I can make it. Music to me is, it's kind of like my own therapy in a way. I use it as an outlet to express like thoughts and feelings that I might not want to, you know, share right away with my friends or family.
What do we have here?
Oh, yes, okay.
I got Dark Side of the Moon. Where's the cover to that? I miss these times of listening to albums. I'm glad that we're doing it.
Yeah, I know. With the school, it's been hard. To show me the way.
Have you heard this before?
Yeah. I want you to show me the way every day.
So I have moderate arthritis on both knees.
You're getting old.
Not getting.
You are old.
When I was listening to music when I was your age, I listened on a turntable.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it was cassettes and everything else. But now I just go online on Spotify and listen to an album that I listened to, you know, when I was 20 years old. It's great.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
a crazy
so good.
photo.
Such a good album. What's the year on this? I'm guessing 69.
Well, geez.
Right?
I just, you know, want to say thank you for everything.
You never have to thank me. All I want is your love. That's all I care about.
Well, and you got it.
Respect sometimes.
Yeah, well, that comes and goes. I mean, the way that I look at maybe is, I think that everything that happens can have a different outcome depending on the way you look at the situation. Like a misfortune can turn into a fortune, or
Right.
can turn into a worse misfortune depending on how you play the cards. Like you always say, it's not about getting dealt a good hand, it's playing a bad hand well. And I think that has a lot to do with the sentiment of maybe, because nothing in life is, you know, guaranteed. And it's all about learning to accept where you are and trying to make the most out of that situation.
Well, let me say that from my perspective, I mean, there's always two sides to every fence, right? And I'm so lucky to have a son who will take all this in and appreciate it. Because nothing's guaranteed in life.
True. Well,
I love you.
love you too. I'll give you. All right, now get out of here.
Okay.
Maybe